Hey guys, it's Always Improving here, and today I'm so excited to show you guys some of the new art supplies that I got. This first one's from Amazon, and it's just going to be the palette, I'm pretty sure. I opened the Amazon package, but inside of the package was this one, so I'm going to open it separately and on camera to show you all. And here it is. Oh, it's in another box. Else in here. Oh, this is weird. So I ordered a Meeden palette, and if you don't know what that is, it's just a metal watercolor tin. Just a metal watercolor tin, and I ordered a blue one because I haven't seen it before. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. This is the large size, so it can hold 24 pans if they are full pans, or it could hold 48 half pans. So crinkly, I'm sorry. Here it is. Okay, so I have a couple of Meeden palettes already. Well, no, I have one Meeden palette, but it's a smaller one. And oh my gosh, this one is so big. Wow. So the reason I got this is because I really wanted to have full pans rather than half pans, and I also wanted a way for me to be able to exchange colors. So it came with, it looks like, let's see if this is 24. Oh gosh, loud. Here we go. I'm gonna look, I think there is 24, let's see, 4, 8, and this can, again, hold 24 full pans. I was expecting them to already have them put in here. I think that's how it was when I ordered my other Meeden palette, but let's see. That is 5, that's 20. So it did come with a few extra, it looks like. Because that right there is a 4x6, which is 24. So it looks like it came with 4 extras, which is great because I want to be able to, again, exchange these out. So if I have some extra colors that I want to maybe experiment with, I can put them in here. But yeah, I have a couple of more things to show you from this haul, but first I want to put my old watercolors in here, and since I know people like to look at, or like to watch those videos where people just fill up their pans, I'm going to do that on video first for my old colors before I show you my newer things and my newer colors as well. So the first colors I'm going to show you are my 6 split primaries minus New Gamboge because I'm replacing that in this haul. And the first one is Quinacridone Rose. I use it as my cool red, and it is a PV19 pigment that is very, very bright, and I love it so much. The next pigment is Pyrrol Scarlet, which is PR255. It is my warm red. I only have the cool yellow to show you, which is Hansa Yellow Light, which is a PY3 pigment. As you can see, I'm tapping these just to kind of get them to one side so I can use them kind of like a well. This next one was Phthalo Blue. It's the green shade, so it's a PV15 pigment. And lastly, I have French Ultramarine, which is a PB29 pigment that granulates extensively. Now, the next 5 ones are a bit more earthy. The first I have is a Deep Scarlet, which is a nice neutral red. It's good for skin tones and such. The next is Quinacridone Burnt Orange, which is a nice kind of sienna color that I really like, and it's very bright, so it can be dulled down if needed. The next is Buff Titanium, also a granulating paint that is good for making other colors opaque, I would say. Let's see, this is Raw Umber, and it is a good neutral color, great for mixing with French Ultramarine for really dark shadows. And lastly, Payne's Gray is a nice, cool gray color that is also great for mixing shadows and darkening up other colors. And last but not least, I want to show you 2 paints which are granulating and kind of like special effect paints, I would say. I have Imperial Purple, which is a very, very interesting color that separates intensely from a pink color to more of a purple hue, and UnderSea Green, which kind of does the same with a nice green hue and a blue undertone. They're very interesting for backgrounds and special effects, and I don't know, these pigments were fun and I wanted to include them in this set. And finally, I'm just showing a small clip of me actually putting these into the palette. Looking back, I probably would have taken out the middle section because it is removable where those smaller pans are. You can actually remove that middle section, but I actually struggled a little bit trying to get all the paints where I wanted them. And how I arranged them, I did kind of like my split primaries, or the 5 colors I did have, on that left side, on the bottom, you can see. And then on the right side of the palette for me, I put my more neutral tones. You can see I got my finger in paint, which is very annoying with watercolors because it's so much watercolor that you've just wasted, but it's okay. I also ended up putting some of my Turner watercolors in this set, not because I think that they can compete with like the Daniel Smith quality necessarily, but for a lot of cases I would want the Turner watercolors. They're a little more opaque and they're really fun to use with for a very small fraction of the cost of Daniel Smith, and so I kind of want to use them a little bit more, and I thought that including them in this palette will be a great way to do so in the future. Hey guys, here is the actual new things I got. I ordered the palette again from Amazon because the Meeden watercolor palettes are much cheaper there, and I like their metal palettes and tins. I like their structure. I don't know. They're nice and they're cheap on Amazon, so that's where I bought that from. But this is from Artarama online shop that I got. I don't remember when I purchased it, but it's here now, and I'm super excited to show you everything I got. Oh, let's open this thing. It's really big, as you can tell, but I think that's just because of the paper. So it's like as big as my desk. I got some bigger packs of paper so that I could cut it for later. There we go. Ooh, lots of bubble wrap. Ooh, I'm so excited, guys. Okay, so after we get through all of this bubble wrap, okay, so I guess the first thing you can see is the paper down there. This is Fabriano Artistico watercolor paper, which I was really excited to try. I've heard so many good things about it. So I bought a pack, I think this is 5 sheets of it, and I think I'll be able to get about, depending on the size of the painting, but probably about 4 from each sheet, so that's what that is for. And then, let's see here, we have this little pack of Turner acrylic gouache, and I should have more things. Oh, I think they're in here, guys. Okay, I might have taken some out, so just give me 1 second. Okay, never mind, I think this is all. So, let's open these up, and you'll see what I got. Okay. Da-da-da! In the first box, we have 3 Daniel Smith 15 milliliter tubes. Specifically, we have Hansa Yellow Deep for a nice warm yellow. We have Nickel Azo Yellow. I've heard great things about it being a really nice effect color. And also a favorite of mine that I haven't actually tried Daniel Smith's yet, a yellow ochre. I'm really excited to try this out. I loved the Turner variety in the watercolor, but I haven't, again, tried Daniel Smith, so I'm really excited for this one. And in the other box, we have, if I can get it open, 2 tubes. A smaller one because they were out of the bigger tube, but this is a tube of rich green gold. I've been really excited to try it. I've heard great things about the color and it being good for, this pigment is apparently really good for mixing some nice skin tones. So I'm really excited to try that one. And the other tube in here is a phthalo green blue shade. I got this one because I do not have a single pigment green. And I've heard, I know a lot of people who use this color for great effects and for like a lot of different things. You can tint it to be a different shade of green, and I don't know, it's a really nice mixing color in general. So these are the 5 Daniel Smith colors, and the last thing in here, it's kind of weird how they packaged it, but I got a single Silvet Black Velvet brush. I do have some rounds, but I wanted to get a flat, so I got a 1/4 inch flat watercolor brush. Here it is, Silver Black Velvet brush. And yeah, that's all I got. So I'm really excited to show you all of these things. And before we leave, I'm going to definitely pour these into my new Meeden. I can never know how to say it, but I'm going to pour these into that palette as well. So again, my 5 colors that I purchased were Hansa Yellow Deep, a PY65 pigment that will be my new warm yellow in my palette, Nico Azo Yellow, which is a PY150 pigment and is good for some bright effects, Yellow Ochre, which is a really common earth tone in many painters' palettes. It's a PY43 pigment. Phthalo Green Blue Shade, which is another common pigment in many painters' palettes. It's a PG7 pigment. And last but not least is Rich Green Gold, which is a PY129 pigment, a very nice and interesting pigment that I haven't tried yet in any brand. Lastly, I put these in my palettes, kind of keeping the split primaries on one side, greens in the middle, darker colors on the right, and kind of granulating paints on the bottom row. And lastly, I did decide to make a small swatch card in order to just see what colors I had and kind of where they laid in my palette. I did mess up and make it only 6 wide for some reason, so I ended up putting 2 colors out of order at the bottom, but overall it was pretty nice to see the range of values I could get with each color. And yeah, that's all I did for this video. I really hope you enjoyed seeing all these new paints that I got. I know I didn't go into like an extensive review or do any paintings with them in this video, but I'm sure I will in the future, and I'm so excited to work with them, and I hope you are excited to see where these paints can take me and what these paints can do for my artwork. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!